All right. It's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Standard Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast, and we are live. Welcome, adventurers. I'm your guide, Sena McZoo, and this is the Reptile Show reporter. Not as usual, Yvette Strand, not the headmaster of the Chameleon Academy, the head of the what is it, fence? It's some kind of fence.
Misty Mountain Fence.
Misty Mountain, yes, I knew it, but I just couldn't get it out of my head. Is here. She was just as late as Bill usually was. I think there was seconds left before she got here. I was going to text Tom because he's already in the chat to see if he could show up. Oh, what a fantastic guest. Oh, good Lord.
Hi, Two Turtle Tom. Hello.
All right.
Mikey Ben.
All right. So let's go ahead and play the theme song. And I didn't load it up, so we got to play it from the media assets. We won't be able to dance because I don't know what. Wait a minute, this isn't even here. This is all crazy. There it is. All right, we are back, and tonight we're discussing Pomona and whatever else it might be. But first, we got to see who's here. Yvette, can you give me the names? And I'm going to see if I can find pictures because some of them are not right.
Okay, we have Two Turtle Tom.
All right. There's Tom. Oh, they're right. So they don't have the pictures, but they have the little verbiage. So
we have Nate Rowley.
Nate Rowley. Let's see where Nate's at here. He's got to be here somewhere. There we go. That's not the latest, but that's a Nate picture.
Mikey Ben.
I saw Mikey Ben, and that's Mikey Ben and the Canadians there.
Yeah.
What else do we have here tonight?
I don't remember who the Alamo is.
All right, Alamo. Alex from Stroh's. Actually, he's not from Stroh's, but there he is. Anyone else here yet?
I don't see anybody.
Nobody. All right. Let's get into the topic then. Any announcements? What's going on over there? Is Bill been taken over by the next coup or whatever? Is he taking over the countryside or what's going on?
Well, I don't know, but I've been checking the weather and it has been raining. I think one day they had to postpone or cancel one of their adventures, and I don't know which one that was. And right now he may be on his way or in an area that has the internet connection is just kind of, dodgy, sketchy, just not very reliable. So I've been texting him here and there, don't hear anything. So
he doesn't control the weather? I thought he'd have that down by now.
I know. But he does come home next Wednesday. I don't know what time yet. I am waiting for that itinerary. Because at the last minute going, one or two of his flights were canceled. And so we had to rearrange the whole thing to meet everybody in Paris. So
that's crazy. Yeah. That's just crazy. All right. So tell us about Pomona. What was it like?
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you, if Bill is on the chat next time, if he's here, then I'm going to make sure he sends the pictures. He's going to get these pictures, or he's going to kind of show me how to put them up on StreamYard. I have had no time to play with that to do that.
Fine. We didn't expect you to be a sideline reporter. You just got to talk about it.
Well, what I love is we get there, and I know Bill met a lot of his people, and it was one of the funnest shows. I'm going to have some dogs here and there licking my ankles. It was one of the funnest shows I've ever been to. Crowded as ever. It pays to get there like an hour early to get in a good parking spot. But it was just so fun. And I noticed a lot of trends when I was there. So I say trends is when I was looking around, there are a lot of isopods and a lot of...
Can everyone hear Yvette very well?
Can you hear me?
I'm kind of having a hard time. I got my computer up all the way.
Okay.
Is anyone having any trouble or...
I'll turn my volume up.
No one says anything, so I guess that doesn't.
Okay. Well,
what I think I can figure that there's a way for me to do something with your volume. Edit mic settings.
And I do have my earbuds on, so maybe I should take them off and try that.
Let's see what if I did something different here. Can you hear her better now?
Two Turtle Tom can hear me. Loud and clear, must be Sean. Okay.
What?
And by the way, I'm wearing shirt of the day is the Dragon Strand, or not the Dragon Strand, the Chameleon Academy. It's my favorite one. And so Bill hasn't worn it in forever, so it's mine now. As
All
everything
right, that's
else.
a good plan.
So okay, so it was a lot of fun. I got to see some people that, customers, and also what is he from? Gekota Culture. That is Jack Thompson. And he has a lot of Europlatus. I mean, he has a lot of that Ubanawi. So I saw some there. I didn't see a lot of Fantasticus. I don't think I saw any, but there were just, I noticed there were a lot of those walking sticks or the ghost mantises. There was a lot of mantises. I'm starting to see more jumping spiders. I'm starting to see a lot more isopods. And so I don't know if my radar was out to look at those, but I just noticed there was a lot of that. There were chameleons. I didn't really stop at all the chameleon booths because it was just really crowded, but it was like so much fun in terms of I got to see people that I don't, you go somewhere, you just see them online. They're like your online friend, or you know. So I got to see a lot of people that I've met online, some customers that traveled. And
There's a bug in here. I don't know why there's a bug. It's like 0 degrees outside. I guess they're deciding it's not. It's going to be really cold this
yeah,
week. But
and we got to
and that was here. That's what we're gonna.
all right.
All right.
And
So
we got
she
to
joined.
see meet up with Chris Anderson. So I'm sure most of you, a lot of you know Chris Anderson. Got to see his lovely family, his wife, and his 2 adorable children.
Chris
And
did a podcast with me, and I know him fairly well. I sent him a couple of millions.
so cool, so cool. Oh, and Michael Nash was there, so it was just so amazing. And then there was a couple celebrities there in terms of
I think Chris Anderson and Michael Nash are celebrities, but okay.
They are. But the funny thing is, these are like the industry, the showbiz. And I didn't even know or recognize one. And he was hanging out with Bill and Michael Nash pretty much the whole time. And I'm sure you guys know Matthew Lawrence. Matt Lawrence, he was on Miss Doubtfire or Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know. He was been in a lot of things, and he is like a total chameleon enthusiast and reptiles, and he is like into it. And so, we're all kind of hanging out, and I don't even know who that was until I had a Bill. Do you know? Bill's telling me, do you know who this is? I'm like, not really. And then I look at him, I'm like, oh my goodness. Anyway, it was more jazzed about being around. I mean,
Tom is always up here with the different stuff. He's Joy Lawrence's brother, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, it was just so cool to see people, all kinds of different people there. And I just loved it. It was just good vibes. And I want to say friend, customer. It's always fun to stop by and, meet the people or see the people.
Would you say were there total?
I have not been able to guesstimate that kind of crowd.
How many vendors do you think were there?
Hundreds.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know what? Yeah, Two Turtle Tom. You know what? I don't know how to estimate those kind of numbers.
That's fine.
The more I go, to be honest, it's even more crowded. Even at the tail end of it, there is like no empty space. But of course, if you get the primo spot in the front, that's always amazing. Or
so
in the
it's
middle.
One way you enter one side and you exit the other, or
yeah, or you could. There's parts to exit on the side, but I think it's like in the front, and then you can get a hand stamp as you go out. But I just loved it, and I just love seeing. I know Bill's kind of a celebrity over there too, so all these people, Bill, and I love all the pictures that said, "Send me all the pictures." But it was just, I loved going. Go ahead.
What was the coolest reptile you saw?
Okay. It's not really a reptile.
That's okay. Reptile, amphibian, exotic pet,
There were these
mammal, whatever it might be.
ghost mantises. I think that's what they were.
Okay.
Uh, I looked at it and it was kind of far. And I'm like, what is that? Those look like little earrings hanging off this, those
Yep.
branches.
I've seen
And I
them.
looked closer and
Actually,
they
at
were
one
just
point, I think I had a
fruit.
ghost
They were
mantis.
just, yeah, they were just, and there was some like orchid mantises. I don't know. I don't know all the names. It's just
I
like a whole
think I
different,
saw some of them up in one of the shows in Michigan. It wasn't the main Michigan
right,
show; it was the other one that I think has died out. But some bug
right.
lady was carrying them there and had them all over her,
And of
like you're
course,
actually like earrings.
and I talked a bit. Of course, I get there and I'm just questioning, hey, do you have a care guide and everything like that? And I just, love to see everybody else's enthusiasm for their, their passion reptile, whatever they're
So, what
carrying.
is
And
the
so,
most interesting thing that you saw there that might be a pet?
well,
I guess it's probably the same question, but
kind of the same question. But what I did love too is I've been being spammed, I don't know how, but with jumping spiders on my Instagram feed. Plus, if you keep looking at it, they're going to keep sending you that stuff. So, trying to look up close to them, they were really packed. All the people that had jumping spiders, it was like 2, 3 deep. You had to like wait a long time to go look at this, but so adorable. I like the little things too, and of course, I love isopods. But I loved the jumping spiders, and I don't even know all the names at all, but
yeah, I got a jumping
yeah.
spider from somebody in Cincinnati last year or 2 years ago. It passed since then, but
Oh,
I
and
guess
I'm always
they only
looking.
have like 5 instars or whatever. They molt 5 times and they're gone. So
Yeah.
yes, I got
And
through the whole thing, but
well, of course, I always feel like I'm just a little focused when I get there. I try to see who has Fantasticus or any Europlatus, first Europlatus. I'm like, I check everything. And as I'm looking, I'm like, I'm going to see if I see this and this. And I did not
wow.
see any Fantasticus, but Jack Thompson of Gekota Culture, he had Ibanawi, he had some, I don't know if he had Sakura, and sometimes I don't even know how to say these things. He had a Lineatus, he had more than 2 or 3 types of um, Europlatus. So that was really cool to
So
see.
wild horses and Wayne Beatties were late, so we're not going to show their pictures because
Yeah.
they were like 12 minutes late. So
Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm looking at the questions. Mikey Ben, I do love the mantises and I do love the jumping spiders. So I know, and isopods. I do have like 4 species of isopods, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with them. They're just expanding. Yeah, the orchid mantis tempts me too. I'm looking at mossy incarnation
mhm.
and Winnie Beatties. Let's see. Hello, Janet. Wild horses. Okay. Uh,
And
yeah.
that is Marcy Incarnation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Marcy. Okay.
Yep. And that
Yeah.
is Mossy, yes.
It's when I get there, I'm just sometimes so overwhelmed with the crowds. So I have you know, as a vendor, it's easier for me because I have that escape in the back.
Mhm.
But sometimes I have to kind of step back in the corner and just take a little breather and then go back in and look around. But
So did you guys vend at the show?
no,
Okay.
we were just visiting and
Yeah. The
I did a
problem I
little
found with vending
shopping.
at the shows is I always ended up going by myself to vend, and then I couldn't go to the restroom or anything because the whole show was, people were coming in. I would miss somebody,
Yeah.
and then but I actually left with more money than I came. That's the only time I ever did that was when I vended. So, but the
That's good.
crazy thing, and the reason I stopped vending was because I was selling more stuff online while I was at the show than I did at the show. So
Yeah.
I'm
And
like,
that's
why am I
why
actually here and paying this guy to be here and having to go to the restroom for the whole show and not making more money? So that's why I stopped. I don't know.
right. When we used to vend, I used to sell some like craft stuff, like the reptile inspired, like these snake scarves, et cetera, et cetera. They did really well. They would pay the booth fee and, yada, yada. But it was fun because that scratched that craft itch and it was there. It was fun.
Mhm.
But just like you, I made a lot more sales online. I never sold anything reptile wise at this, personally
Mhm.
at the shows, but because Fantastic is you take good pictures, it's a whole different setup where I don't think I would enjoy that. Just like you need to go to the bathroom, and
I hate to take my reptiles to the show because
same.
it's like going into a land of whatever, because many of the shows that I go to actually have wild caught stuff. So they've all gotten a little better every
Right.
year, but they still have wild caught stuff, and you're just like, what am I going to catch here? And then I have to put my same stuff in a what do you call it, a what's that called, not an incubation room, you know what, incubated,
Right.
not a containment room or something like that. The
Right.
I had a name for that room, but it's the right name, but yeah, the quarantine room, that's the word I'm looking
Yes,
for.
yes, yes.
Why can't I think of that? But the quarantine rooms, and then he would use up your whole quarantine room for all your pets you took there. So
Right. Exactly. I saw Janet, let's see. I wouldn't want anybody touching my reptiles, because a lot of people want to do that. And I don't know, like with fans, I considered it many times, but then I just keep like, no, because if they get irritated with sounds, if something bangs, drops, they could drop a tail. I just don't want to risk it. I mean, I keep thinking, oh, I want to do it because there's a real funness about being there in the thick of it.
mhm.
But I just think with the way I have it set up, or I don't want to, I'd rather just be a visitor, a customer, or, do that.
I think maybe that's why there's so many snake vendors. I mean, there's a lot of snake vendors and ball pythons all over the place and other stuff.
Hmm.
But you can kind of handle a snake and it doesn't drop a tail. It usually doesn't bite
Right.
people. I mean, as much as people think snakes bite people, they just don't. They don't really pay attention to people. So, especially the ones they
Right.
take to the shows. But
Mr. Kick has cleaned up his that greatly over the past year. I don't.
that's
Who's
one of
it?
the vendors at the Medina show. So
Oh, okay, okay.
that's why I
But
didn't display it, because I don't want
that's
to.
let me see what I have some pictures, but I just wanted to refer back to just give me some. Oh, he let me hold it. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. There's a lot of really cute, really fun things that I saw. I go look and I see, what's trending. You kind of go. I kind of go there too because I used to vend at art fairs or craft fairs, and so I always like to see what's trending. And I know a lot of people with, let's for example, the jumping spiders or even the mantises. They use their 3D printer to create little, let's see, furniture or little knickknacks in there. Like there was a lot of Star Wars themed stuff and the jumping spiders. It was just so funny. It was so cute because they like to nest and stuff. So I noticed there was a lot of that for those who had the jumping spiders, and they were selling little really cute enclosures. And so I kind of have my eye open to that part too, all the little crafty parts of the reptile shows and stuff. So anyway,
Yeah, I
but it
saw
was
it.
fun.
At one of the Michigan shows, I got was one of the that's kind of, I think, closed now. Shows are very fickle around here. There's some that have been going on for 30 years, and there's some that come and go. But I saw a 3D printed Star Wars battleship. It was
Oh
like
my goodness.
and it was 3D printed, and you could use it. And then I proceeded to take it home, put it in a bag, and it went under the seat of one of our minivans. And like a year later, I
Oh,
found it. And I was like,
oh
"What is
no.
this?" I'm like, "Oh man, I forgot about that," because it's a 3-hour drive from there. I guess apparently my brain lost what we bought, and I was more worried about getting the mice into the freezer than I was about the toy. I guess that was important. But yeah, 2 years later or 3 years later, whatever it was still there. So
Right. Well, I have a comment. I saw Mikey Benz saying at our expos in Canada, or have adopted a no touching rule. The vendor can pull out the animal to show. I noticed, and it was right away when I go to the shows, when we were vending at the shows and we had chameleons, and there's people that wanted to shake my hand, but then I know that they were holding other things. And I had this fear of coccidia way back when, because there was a lot of bearded dragons and stuff and whatever. I wouldn't even shake anybody's hand. I'm like, hey, not even. I wouldn't even shake anybody's hand because who knows? Because I may have to handle a chameleon, and I didn't want to. In my mind, I didn't even want to bring any of that stuff. So that's a very good rule. I like it.
Hey,
Uh,
Alicia's here.
Hi, Alicia. So I'm just babbling on and monologuing right now. But
That's good. I don't
yeah,
have to pull stuff from you. That's a good thing.
yeah. And next time, not next time, eventually I'll learn how to post pictures and video and all that I was gonna, set it up to be really fun.
When you get those
Anyway,
advanced skills, we expect you to keep doing it. So
I
remember
know.
that's.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a lot of fun. We took a lot of pictures for you, Sean. We thought of you about we were sitting and waiting for to meet up with Chris Anderson,
Mhm.
and then the line was small, and then it was getting bigger and bigger and 3 deep and 4 deep, and then they let it in, and it was just it was so fun. It was just a lot of fun things you can do with social media, you know, entertainment. So let's see. There's a lot of
Wait a minute. Is Alicia with them in Madagascar? Or where is she at?
no, that's Geraldine and Tony. I can't remember. No, not Alicia. It's Geraldine.
I guess I'm just wondering why this one can't believe they're awake. I don't know where they're from, but I don't know. Okay.
Where are you, Alicia? Yeah, Janet, I see a lot of there was a lot of 3D printer items too. So that was pretty fun. I thought of Mikey Ben. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I think I'm kind of caught up, but I'm like looking back. For some reason I got in the app or and now I can see all the comments. I don't have to be freaking out.
So, she had surgery on the 20th in Ohio. Where in Ohio?
Oh,
I'm in Ohio. Two Turtle Tom's in Ohio. Um, who else? There's others of us in here in Ohio. And let's see. Nate Raleigh's in Ohio. We're in Ohio. Okay. All right.
I told Bill that we had to be there at least an hour early because when I went there last, I had to wait in line in my car, outside of it, trying to get into the parking lot like 2 hours. So
Wow.
I'm like, no, 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 no. We're
That's a
gonna go
long
do
time.
drive through, get our little like wakey go juice, and we are gonna sit there until it's time to go in. Anyway, it paid off. So,
That's great. Okay.
but that's all I have to report right now.
So, what was the
On
cost
that.
of the show? How much did they charge you to
Oh
get in,
my
and how much for
goodness.
parking?
Let's see. I think Bill pulled it out. I don't remember. I keep wanting to say it cost almost like 60 some dollars to get in. Parking was like $20. We have a
Holy
little
mackerel!
video about that
I don't even
too.
sometimes spend $60 at the
It was
show.
it was like $20 and then they taxed it. And Bill, we put that on video and
People complained that in Ohio when the show went from $5 to $7.
oh my goodness.
I mean, the show's been there 30 years, and they just upped it from 5 to 7. So,
Well,
and there's no charge for parking. It's a gravel parking lot, but no, it's not gravel. It's a paved parking lot, but it's kind of worn and what have you. It's a what do you call it? Not a. It's not. It's a camp fairground, county fairground. Yeah.
right. Well, I don't know how much it was. I didn't even look because I had him purchase the tickets ahead of time because I didn't want to wait in the line. So
Mhm.
he did that. So I think he made a joke about it being at least $60 to get in for two people and parking.
Good
Um,
golly.
yeah. And
Yeah,
so
you can
sometimes,
they're the Reptile Mega Show in Pittsburgh is about half the size of Tinley, which is probably half the size of what you're talking about.
right.
And you park for free, but you can get VIP tickets for 2 days for $25. So
I think the
you get in
VIP
an
were
hour or two
100.
early, so
Think the
you
VIP were
avoid
a
the crowd.
hundred. Yeah, VIP was 100 or something like that.
Wow.
But sometimes I'll weigh in, like, if I want to go and if I need something to go shopping, I'll consider, okay, how much is it going to cost me? Of course, the return on investment type thing. How much
Mhm.
does it cost to get in, park? What do I need? How much does that cost? Should I just get it online? A lot of times I'll end up getting it online. But we had a lot more motivation to be at the show this time, and that was a lot of fun. So we did it. Wow, 15 in Birmingham. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I know it's so
All the ones that
expensive.
I went to around here, except for the VIP experiences,
Hmm.
Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois, the Tinley show was different. Of course, Tinley was, I think, only $15 or $20, not VIP. I think VIP was 50, but the other shows all under $10,
Wow. And the Anaheim
and
show
no
is,
fee for
is a
parking
lot.
at any of them.
Oh my goodness. I don't even remember the Anaheim show, but I know it's more, especially the parking.
Mhm.
And so you can't just well, either of them, you can't go in, go out, and come
Wow,
back on the same day.
just crazy.
So that's like, oh my gosh, why don't we go somewhere and have us drop us off,
Mhm.
But I don't know, it was fun. I'm so glad that we got to go, and it was a lot of fun. That's all
Great.
I have to say. So
All right.
we don't have them. I guess you say there's some monthly over there, or weekly,
Yes, there's a
or
lot of monthly shows around here.
so
There's four of
when
them in Toledo on different days, which is
oh
like 1 hour, 2 hours from my house. There's a monthly one, 30 minutes from my house south. That's a Cleveland one.
mm-hmm,
There's the Columbus one, which is 2 hours away, which is every month. There's a bunch
yeah,
of them in Michigan near Detroit, which are every month, which is 2.5 or 3 hours away. And there's
oh
quarterly ones and bi-yearly ones over in Pennsylvania, but there's a lot of monthly ones there. I just haven't bothered to get to those.
yeah. Yvette, yes. Bill, Alicia, yes, he did, or I did. I went and got that the first thing we went and got it, and because we had excellent parking. We didn't really have to walk far to go bring it to the car. We did get our glass enclosure, got a backdrop, got some cork bark for some other things like isopods, etc. I didn't get a whole lot, but it was nice. We got what we needed right when we got there. Went and got it. They held it, and then we got to have fun. That's nice.
All
Let's
right.
see. I'm looking at all right. So I don't have anything much to yammer on about right now.
All right. Well, I
How
think
about
we'll
you
call it
guys?
quits
Anybody else have?
because I didn't take a nap today. I'm a little tired, so I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, that's the
And
thing. I'm lacking a lot of sleep since Bill's been gone. So
yeah, there you
I
go.
am
Okay.
like getting fans done,
Mhm.
tired, go to bed. Yeah. Well, it's
That's
been
a
fun,
tough job, but
everybody.
someone has to do it so he can go and get all those
Yeah.
pictures, right?
And Megan's been doing a great job taking care of the chameleons. So kudos to her.
That's great.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank
Until
you very
next
much for
time.
being here, everyone. We'll see you
Bye.
next week.
Yes, we'll see you next week. All right.